Welcome to Zelda Speedruns. We have for you from the Minish Cap Any Percent Tournament 2024 a lower bracket round 3 matchup between Fir3turtle and NitrozSR. I'm going to pass it over to our commentators for this race, Cake and Inku. Take it away, you two.
Hello.
Thank you. Yo, how are we doing today, Inko?
Really nice. What about you?
I'm doing great. I've been looking forward to this match. I think this one is going to be pretty close. They're both very, very skilled players.
Yeah, indeed. So Nitros recently has PB'd and has become the third best in his category with a 1 hour and 28 PB. Is that right?
That is true. It's a 128. I forgot about the seconds. I can pull it up real quick.
Something like
28, 32.
32, okay. Interesting. And Fir3turtle, what was his last PB?
I'm not really. I could have looked it up now because I have the leaderboard up.
All right.
But they seem to be starting now.
Okay.
Yep. So, one thing to note, Nitros is playing on Switch VC, and Fir3turtle is playing on GBI. So, Switch VC, the thing about Switch is that it runs on a smooth 60 frames per second.
Indeed.
Compared to all the other versions, which runs on, I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's like 59.97 or something like that.
It is 59.7275, I think.
Okay. I got
according to Myth, I seem to remember. But yeah, there's it seems like a small difference in FPS, but over the course of 1 hour and 30 minutes of run, it can amount to something like 20 seconds difference.
Yeah,
if you take into account just the FPS. So, okay, cutscene done. The game is about to start for both runners.
Also, right now, they both reset, so they will be doing a RNG manipulation here in the start.
What can you say about RNG and its mechanics in the game?
So when you reset the game, soft reset, and then reload, the RNG will always be the same. So whatever actions you do after you've gained control of Link will roll the RNG, and you will get specific items from like grass and pots, and specifically here we get a blue rupee,
which counts as 5 in the game money.
Yep.
Okay.
So everything is predetermined when we do RNG manips. Every roll, every slash rolls RNG. There's also many more specific ways of rolling RNG with like the Gust Jar and Boots. Well, we can get into that later on once we get those items, but
yeah,
it's gonna be quite a chill journey until then. Smooth sailing for about half an hour, I would say.
Yeah, because RNG manipulations are gonna start at the mark of 40 minutes or something. Am I right about that?
I think, yeah, around that time.
Okay. Whenever we get the boots in the run is the starting point of Link doing RNG missions. Because after the boots, we are going to go into the swamp and start collecting fragments in order to get the late magical boomerang. Okay.
Yes.
So both runners currently going at the exact same pace. Not surprising. Intro is pretty trivial, although it's easy to miss some rolls here and there. Even get soft locked speaking to this guy.
Yep. I think it's if you roll the exact same frame as you, or I always get it mixed up, but you gotta be careful pressing R close to him, like rolling.
Yeah, indeed, because pressing the R button is also the trigger to speak to an NPC in this game. As well as the trigger to roll, which we do a lot.
So far in the tournament, no one has soft locked yet, as far as I know. But
Yeah.
I think it has happened before. I'm not sure if it was in a speedrun race
Yeah.
or like a any percent speedrun race. But it might have happened in a rando or something.
That's funny. Doesn't it happen a lot to ATX Martin or something? I think he often talks about it.
I think I've seen a clip of it, at least.
Yeah.
I think it has happened to me. I think it was like one of my first 10 runs. I accidentally just mashed roll.
First 10 runs. I'm ashamed to admit it has happened to me even later in my career.
It happens to all of us.
Yeah.
Alright, so in the intro here, we've been text smashing a lot, just waiting out of the cutscenes, but soon it'll come to an end for a little bit. We will be making our way down to the Minish woods, so and this part is also pretty chill, but a lot of runners just tend to focus up, not try to take damage from enemies, try not to miss rolls.
Yeah, something interesting about the zone just before and during Minish Woods is I think that's a sort of difficult part of the starting part of the run, because there's really nasty RNG going on, precise roll, I think, and yeah, a lot can go wrong and can cost you several seconds. I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, especially you want to be careful with the enemies, because you only have 3 hearts and you're entering the dungeon without any easy way of healing. Compared to like the start of Cave of Flames, where there's always hearts.
Yeah, even in the fire.
So we will be getting our companion for the journey, Aslo.
Okay, good pace for both runners going into Aslo.
Also gonna be interesting to see, because I think both of them have practiced the early lily pad cycle recently. I know
now
Nitros
you're hyping me up.
I know Nitros got it in a run the other day, which is really cool.
That's really nice.
So what you don't want to do after the text box, when you've became Minish here, you don't want to mash R, because then you'll accidentally become human again. And you really want to time the rolls correctly if you go for the early cycle. Let's see.
Oh, okay. Both were very close. Yeah. Knowing full well the risk of becoming human again.
I couldn't quite see how close it was, because I was watching both kind of at the same time, like
Yeah.
bouncing back and forth. But it saves about 3 seconds, so it's not that much.
It can be a huge moral boost, though.
Oh
Like,
yeah, for sure.
Getting this and having like a 55 enter in Deepwood Shrine.
It's a lot of swag points.
Yeah, for sure.
But I would say, for me personally, the intro is like one of the most stressful splits, because you're always so like locked in trying to get trying to get as low time as possible, but for the rest of the splits it's like it doesn't matter that much, but like super locked in for just the first 10 minutes.
Yeah. This also happens a lot to me. Like, being really careful at the start of the run and then losing a bit of focus going into Crenel and then Cave of Flames.
Yeah, trying to get a good earth element.
Yeah. Okay.
Looks like it will be an easy sub 10 for both of them.
Ooh.
They're pretty much synced up as well.
This is really good for both of them.
Oh, they both actually got the same, like almost the same pattern.
Interesting.
Like you see the 3 slugs.
Yeah. The slug going up. There's like 2 different patterns entering this room and seeing one or the others or the other like affects how you want to go into the room, like clockwise or anti-clockwise for those who do not know.
Yeah. So yeah, if you see the slug going towards the piston, that you should prioritize going to that one first, because otherwise he might be in the way once you get there.
Yeah. Alright, so next is pretty straightforward movements, puzzles, getting some keys, opening some doors, and then we are about to have a boss fight, followed by a lily pad section.
I can also mention that you notice they do not roll into those Eslo triggers, because if you roll into the Eslo trigger, there will be a delay for like roughly 1 second before Eslo starts talking. But if you walk into it, it speeds it up. So we on purpose walk into those. And there's one exception, which is the Eslo trigger in this barrel. But they already hit that trigger.
Yeah. There's like actually several triggers which do not follow that rule, I think.
Okay.
But I can't remember for the life of me what part of the run they in.
Maybe I was just thinking of the any percent route.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Not really aware of the many Eslo triggers there are in Glitchless though. Although I've run the category.
Ooh, Nitros is pretty low on health. So I wouldn't be surprised seeing a heal before the Matter Pillar fight. And Fire is very good on health, so
yeah,
he's definitely gonna skip it.
Honestly, arriving at that part at 2.25 health is really good.
Nitros does skip the art.
Yeah.
It's the gamer move.
Honestly, I would argue that as long as you get to the lily pad section with at least one heart, you're good to do the rest of the dungeon without healing, honestly. Because after that, you have to worry about the flies, and then that's about it, I think. These flying enemies.
He will also be, he didn't go for a heart after the Caterpillar fight as well, so doing this section on one heart can be a bit sketchy. But it looks fine. Like the main hard part is over, which is like those first 2 pestos can be a big roadblock.
Yeah, often even knocking you out of the lily pad and leaving you to swim in the water for about 1 or 2 seconds.
Yeah, you both take damage, lose time, and also you lose momentum on the lily pad. So it's
lily
just...
pad momentum is very important to have, to be able to keep.
This section looks to be going alright for both runners.
Yeah.
They're still pretty synced up.
Nitro seems to be catching up to Fir3turtle again. Because at one point they seem to have a difference of several seconds, but now it's pretty next to each other. Okay, coming up, big boss fight.
The RNG boss fight.
Will it be 5 slashes or 9?
Also, both runners enter at a very nice pace.
Even Fir3turtle seeming to be ahead of his PV currently, looking at the splits.
Being low health entering this fight is not... Like, 1 heart is not that big of a deal. Just want to make sure that you can withstand at least 1 strike from Green Shoe.
Yeah, the one hit before waiting for him to drop. And also, the 4 corner pots contain hearts. So at least you're safe if you manage to grab these.
It does lose a little bit of time. You will get a text box from picking up your first heart and rupee, but you'll have to get that text box eventually anyway. And they're both still very synced up, both getting a sub 1720 Earth Element.
Very evenly matched so far, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I haven't paid attention if any of them have picked up a rupee or a heart yet, but we'll see soon.
Yeah, me neither. So, as you said before, Nitros refused to pick up a heart to heal. So it's most likely no has picked up a heart, but a rupee, not so sure. Okay, getting the bombs.
Which we'll use right away. this section of the run is also pretty smooth sailing. It's gonna be a lot of optimized movement, just making our way to the next dungeon.
And not without being introduced with one of the many mechanics in this game, the fragments. The kinstones. Okay, yeah.
Kinstones, very important.
Okay, Nitro's doing some interesting movement there. Cutting the topmost tree.
So right here is also our first save and quit. We will be getting the Kinstone bag, and he wants us to fuse with him as sort of a tutorial.
Bother.
Yeah, it's like just a way of learning how to fuse Kinstones. But if we just save and quit, we will have the Kinstone bag, and we can also just move on. So we'll go over and learn the spin attack, which will be required. And since we're already here.
Oh, postman getting in the way.
He always gets in the way there. So right now, Nitros is doing guard skip, which is basically walking on a tile that does update Link's position, and then he walks on the path, like the main road, that does not update Link's position. So then he walks over to the river and falls down, which will then respawn him at the last point that, or the last update tile, sort of.
Yeah.
I think other people can explain this way better than I do, but basically just warp back to the last update tile you last stood on, which was next to the sign. So you can then just bypass the guard.
And also, interestingly enough, the first glitch of the run.
Yep.
Among many.
We'll be getting a lot of rupees there. Will be needed later. Or in a short amount of time.
Yeah, because we are going to make a few... well, we have a shopping list during the run, which consists of what we just got, the jar, in order to stock a fairy, the climbing ring, which we are going to get next, and then later in the run, at around the 38-minute mark, the mushroom, which is going to be used to wake up the Blue Maker.
Pretty neat shopping list.
Ooh, missing a bomb there from Nitros.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to spend don't want to miss too many bombs on the way up to Cave of Flames.
Okay, why is that?
Because the second room of Cave of Flames does require you to blow open the wall with a bomb. You can use the enemies in that room, but it will save time if you do have one on hand.
Okay, oftentimes the pestos, the fly enemies, get in the way of you trying to bring this sprout back. But this did not happen to both runners, as it appears.
Yeah, because you'll be hugging the left wall. Sometimes the pestos can also be like at the very left edge.
But this is
Which is
really bad RNG.
Yeah.
Like this happens once every, what, 20 runs? Something like that? Ooh, Fire getting
rare.
a bomb drop from the rock there.
Very nice. I think he was pretty good on bombs to begin with, but it's definitely nice to add.
Yeah. He isn't going to have to worry about bomb anymore during the run, probably, because of that.
So Nitro's getting the grip ring and the fire as well.
Ah yeah, grip ring is the term I was looking for. I called it climbing ring.
Basically the same thing.
Basically. And immediately using it to climb this deadly boulder falling wall.
Let's see how many hits they'll take. Nitro's taking one.
Okay.
And it looks alright. Yeah, just one for Nitro's.
Ooh. The boulder missing barely Fir3turtle.
So this part of Krenel is also an auto-scroller. Pretty much you just push some rocks, roll every once in a then.
Oh yeah, most
again.
interesting part of the run coming right up. Boulder pushing, a Zelda classic. So sometimes when I get to this section, I remember the sand puzzles in Spirit Tracks. Don't know if you've played the game.
I have played Spirit Tracks. It was a long time ago.
Oh. Because at one point you get the sand wand, I think, which helps you displace sand and make sand walls or something. And there are several puzzles where you orient big cubes using the wand. And so, yeah, I just remember those because they are some of the more interesting puzzles in Zelda games, honestly.
Yeah, you definitely remember all of the creative puzzle variants.
Yeah.
Nitros does have one bomb to spare, which is good. And he will be getting another drop in Cave of Flames, so he should be good to go.
As long as he doesn't mess up the first Cave of Flames room with the bombs. Ooh, Nitro's getting a sub 2730 for this room. Looks like it's going to be something like a 2830 enter.
Yeah, definitely 28. So we're making it to the end, the climb. Soon entering the dungeon.
With Nitros ahead, but definitely struggling on health.
There is a really fast grab of hearts you can do in the beginning of the dungeon, which he'll probably go for.
Yeah, like I say, I expect him to. But Fir3turtle, it's more arguable whether or not he will pick up these hearts.
Okay. He doesn't actually do it with the gust jar.
Yeah, strangely enough. Okay. Ooh.
It's like a decent start for both of them.
Yeah, indeed.
So in that room specifically, like rolling non-stop is very hard to do because of both of those enemies.
Yeah, you're bound to run into the bombs, the walking bombs.
Yeah, so you almost always have to stutter a bit before you input the next roll past them. And this fight is also very RNG heavy. Let's see if he can get... Oh, he gets all 3. Very good.
Damn, Nitro's getting a solid RNG fight.
Fir3turtle also
as well.
Finishing the room pretty clean.
Yeah, so far for both of them, this looks like an excellent Cave of Flames. And health is looking pretty similar. Okay, coming right up. K-Cree, what can you say about it?
The first major glitch of the run.
Oh, interesting.
Angle retention glitch. Basically, when Link jumps out of a hole diagonally, he will be in a weird, what do you call it, like diagonal state. So when he does actions like using the gust jar, he will be sent back at a diagonal angle. That effect doesn't also just apply for Link. You can also grab a statue, which you'll see Nitros doing here, and then you can pull it diagonally. So we pull it diagonally out of bounds to destroy the loading zone to the next room.
Yeah.
And then we also pull the chest back because we need the small key. And now since the loading zone is gone, we can do some out of bounds movement
to skip several rooms.
Yep. And end up on the train track, and then we can go do the mini boss fight for the cane right away. And both of the runners got it clean. Out of bounds movement. Let's see.
And also looks like the fight is going to be really clean. Okay, a bit of a starter for Fire, but really nice fight. And another display of angle retention is going to come up in a minute, before immediately going out of bounds on layer 2 and skipping all of the rest of the dungeon right to the boss. Ooh. So another beetle room right there.
Gonna see the next part of the angle retention glitch.
So
do need we're basically gonna skip the boss key, and in order to do that we gotta go out of bounds. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna jump out of the hole diagonally, walk up to the statue or lever, grab it, pull it out of bounds, up the wall, and since we used the gust jar to put a beetle there, we will get a slight boost when then interacting with the lever. Because when we interact with the lever, we get put a little bit into the wall, and with the boost of the beetle, we'll be pushed enough to go completely out of bounds, and then just skip the boss door.
Okay, both runners grabbing a fairy into the pot there, not because of safety, but because of a later death abuse glitch we are going to do later in the run. So this fight, what would you say, pretty trivial?
Honestly, like, I would say this and Blue Chew is like one of the fights that I personally don't like have a strat for.
Yeah.
I just kind of, I know how it works on a basic level, and
yeah, you just kind of wing it, right?
Yeah, I just know that for the last cycle of this boss, you want him to be facing downwards, because the white flashing screen will end a little bit faster. So that's something you want to look out for.
Yeah, for some reason the game doesn't want you to end the boss fight with Gleerock facing left or up. And so will take longer to finish if you do make him face directions. Okay, Nitro is finishing the fight, going to grab the element at around 34, 30 maybe? Okay.
That was a sub 3530 fire element, which is really, really good.
Yeah.
And fire coming up quickly after. Both of these players are very consistent and fast in the early game.
Yeah, pretty cracked at the game.
Sometimes I don't understand how they get these times consistently, but here we are.
With all the RNG going on and everything. Watching health. But again, these are runners which have a lot of experience in this game. I think Nitros runs this game since 7 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he started in 2021.
But, really?
Here, he's doing the Krenel out of bounds here. So, if we look at fire, because Nitros already did it, he will push this beetle in. He want it on the left side up here. Oh wait, does that work actually? Oh
yeah, I think it does.
I've never seen that. I've never seen that.
That is a nice backup.
Okay. Very nice. So yeah, basically we stand on a specific Y coordinate and line up with the beetle. We also activated bottle glitch, which allows us to walk through enemies without colliding with them, not taking any damage.
Yeah.
Then getting the beetle into the right position, we can push into it, and then we'll get a specific push value, which is needed when you charge your sword and you stand next to the post. The beetle will then run into you, and when the
push
beetle
you out of bounds.
Yeah, when
basically.
The beetle starts resting again, it wants to push you, but the game doesn't really know where to place you, so you just kind of jump out of bounds.
Yeah.
That's a very rough explanation of the trick, but
I mean, yeah, it's good enough. Yeah, so and the bottle state or glitch was activated by reading a sign while using the fairy bottle. which makes you virtually intangible from enemies.
Yep.
Okay, gonna start the
Boots quest.
Boots quest, indeed. To get the mushroom.
Also, Fire did get a roll lift there, and I'm not sure if... maybe I didn't explain roll lift earlier, but I'm not sure about the frame, like the specific frames, but if you input a roll, and then if you place a bomb, and then roll the frame after, or maybe there has to be a gap, like
I think it's a frame after.
Okay,
honestly.
okay. Then you'll see that the bomb bounces and it will then explode like 1 second faster. Or
Yeah, because basically in this game, when you drop a bomb, it has a timer, which lets the bomb explode after a certain amount of time. And this timer is reduced by 2 possible factors. Either you take it immediately and throw it, or you roll lift it, which is a glitch. These are 2 factors which help the bomb reduce its explosion time.
Nitros have purchased the mushroom and will be going back to collect the boots.
With several rooms of advance compared to Fire.
And that can quickly change because we're coming up on a very intense part of the run.
What many runners consider the most difficult part of the run, and consists of 3 RNG manipulations chained next to each other. This is the swamp into fortress part of the run.
Also, I didn't pay attention, but I saw Fire didn't get the wing crest on the way back, so he must have gotten it on the way to the witch.
Oh, probably because of running on GBI?
GBI, yeah.
And not resetting after talking to the Minish?
Yep.
To the Hickory, rather.
So, before the RNG manipulations, we do need a bow. It's a very crucial item.
Or else there's many bosses we cannot defeat.
Indeed.
Are there also puzzles which you can't solve?
Definitely. But not that I can think of right now.
Because on the top of my head, there's the angle retention room, although you can skip it in DHC, I mean. Fortress, I don't think so. Skipping the dungeon like we do. Okay, so
unfortunately, Nitros reset was a little bit off with the RNG manipulation. I'm not completely familiar with this specific manip, because both runners do 2 green kinstones into a p-hat manipulations, which is about, I would say, 10 seconds faster than the most common cave triple into p-hat. So you do end up saving a lot of time, but it's also a lot harder.
Okay, so the p-hat glitch is coming up, and this is an RNG manipulation which you do to attract an enemy over to the platform. And you use the enemy to clip out of bounds using very careful movement to basically kite the enemy over to where you want him to be. Okay, Fire struggling with the manip.
Yeah, very unfortunate Piat position there for Fire, because the Piat was over the mud.
Oh,
and he had to be close to the wall in order to get grasp of him. But then you also have not as much leeway letting go of the Piat before you end up killing him. So yeah, it can be a real pain sometimes, but depending on the Piat's position.
man, Piat not behaving today.
Nitros do be getting the Armos sandwich. Very
Okay.
nice. And we'll continue on the RNG manip, and we'll collect the third green kinstone.
With a 2 spark, I believe.
And
Because
also we'll be continuing the manip in the rest of Fortress of Wind before the...
yeah, because since they do a double kinstone gets, they need 2 more kinstones before. And Nitros is going to be getting a green kinstone from the darkness there.
Yeah. So you saw he tapped the boots before like the platform arrived, and that's all RNG manipulation. So he will be getting a green kinstone here. If he didn't get the green kinstone, there is a backup with the Armos.
Oh,
Which I've seen him do before.
nice.
So I think it's like 1 slash or something.
After clipping?
After clipping, you just do 1 slash or something. But
Very interesting.
I don't go for that specific green kinstone there. So I'm not sure.
Myself, I'm still stuck on. Which is a weaker version, but safe to get the kinstones going in Fortress. Okay.
And Fire entering Fortress of Winds. Very unfortunate Piat outcome.
Yeah.
But I can't stress enough how precise manipping in the swamp is, because RNG rolls like crazy.
So it's very tight and risky to do at this point in the run, because you have the stress of actually succeeding at these manips 45 minutes into the run, so there's this additional factor to take into account.
Also, you saw Nitros do portal items
Ooh,
and entering Mazal.
very
Fine.
nicely.
We'll get a closer look at the portal items trick again.
Yeah. Every runner doing their thing so fast. We don't even have time to commentate.
It's a lot of stuff going on at the same time in this section.
Yeah, for sure.
Fire doing the kinstone manipulation here. We'll be getting the green one. It's a really good RNG there from Nitros. It also seems very confident with the fight, entering it with the 3/4 board. Because we actually do need to be on low health when we're done here, and we've acquired the Ocarina. We do want to damage down and be on half a heart or 1/4 of a heart in order to execute the trick, which
a death abuse, which I talked about before, which is going to help us get the famous Ocarina glitch for the first time in the run. So Nitro's getting this famed Ocarina.
And now we'll see Fire do the portal items glitch here. See if he gets it. I think that frame was good.
Yeah, nice.
It was. So if you diagonally push onto the portal and then use the mitts, you will then be sent up like above the portal, hovering over it.
Because of the mitts clanking against the portal.
And then if you hold up, you will jump upwards, but it will not quite push you all the way out of bounds, so we will be using the damage boost from the bomb.
And this is a really tight window, which consists of 5 good frames, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere around there.
Yeah, 5 frames for the bomb to actually be nicely timed to send you out of bounds and help you skip the rest of Fortress of Winds. Okay, so on Nitro's side, Death Abuse is coming up in about 10 seconds, I believe. He's going to set his position onto the... Oh! Doing this setup.
For the S-low buffer.
Oh, damn!
And does a safe to save, which we do respect. This is not an easy strat, but he does get it. And
okay.
He actually... Oh, he got the Ocarina glitch.
Yeah, but he has to do it again.
Yeah, because he got picked up by Zephyr there, which when you get put down back again, you're not in stage 1 OG. Ocarina glitch for short. You will be in second stage, which is not enough for the portal jump that he did up to Tingle, because we can't push we can't do the duplication inside the cave there, so we have to get to Tingle somehow without cloning.
Yeah, because the other way to get to this purple Tingle is to actually be able to clone yourself, which is one of the main mechanics in this game, which we are going to get after doing Octo.
Also, didn't mention that we skipped the red sword because we did Krenel out of bounds. We will be going back to the castle and be doing it twice instead.
Yeah, kind of skipping elements there.
And Nitros did end up getting a fairy, which is nice. You can be really unlucky and get a blue kinstone there.
Oh yeah. It's a 1 in 16 chance of getting that. But sometimes it arrives and it takes you by surprise.
I think... I'm not sure if I've seen anyone gotten the blue kinstone yet in this tournament. Maybe they have.
Me neither. And it hasn't happened to me yet.
No, never to me.
Okay, Fire saving the game there. And actually do...
He also does S-low buffer.
Ooh, both runners on the same structure. Because there's actually a pixel perfect setup which you can do, which helps you by doing the same movement go into the door without having to time your death, basically.
He also gets it, and gets the OG third try, which is
Very nice.
very, very nice.
And this being the first OG of the run, sometimes you have to kind of your muscle memory, which is a frame perfect trick. So not like a piece of cake to do.
There's also 2 different ways of doing Ocarina Glitch, which is modern and classique. And I think most runners opt to do modern, especially with these death abuse Ocarina glitches, since if you do a classique, which is walking into the door and then using the ocarina, you only have 1 shot, and if you walk into the house again, then you can't retry it unless you reload.
Yeah, so the difference between the modern technique and classic is modern...
Very nice from Nitros, by the way, getting
Ooh.
the lake house.
Yeah, indeed. Is so... Modern helps you get 1 more frame of leeway doing OG, which is really helpful to not go into a door, which can lose you in these cases several seconds, even 10 seconds, 15. Okay. Nitro's opting for classic there, I think.
Also, gotta mention that this dungeon is pretty much the... well, except for Fortress of Winds, which is really hard, and the swamp. But this is pretty much the main run killer, or like the make it or break it.
Yeah, absolutely. And also the most broken dungeon by OG. Like, what do you do in this dungeon? You get 1 key, get the boss key, then get the main item, and go directly to Octo. This is a dungeon we see nothing of in any person.
So you see Nitros now doing some out of bounds movements to skip
After
the
doing
path.
boss door clip.
Yeah, to get to the blue chew fight faster.
Okay.
So I'm not really... I don't know the details of the boss door clipping glitch. You just basically use the boomerang and then you interact with the boss door again. And then hold down the same button as you have the boomerang equipped. Hold it for like 2 seconds or something, and then you should be out of bounds.
Yeah.
Free to roam around.
This is the main reason we get magical boomerang, because it helps us do boss clip in Temple of Drop. This is because magical boomerang, when you hold the boomerang is controlled by your directional input, so the game still thinks you are controlling while opening the door. I think is the intuition.
Nice OG from Fire.
Yeah. Catching up little by little.
Unfortunately, missing the spin attack, the last cycle. I'm not sure how much it saves. Going for that strat.
I think if you time it well, it can like help Blue Chew take one spin attack, and then you just have one slash to do to finish him off.
All right.
So it would save about 1 to 2 seconds. Okay,
around there.
going into the scariest trick in the run.
The octoclip.
Indeed. Tell me about it.
It's a frame sub-pixel dependent trick. Get into the right position, roll into the pod, and hopefully ricochet off of it into the corner to hopefully clip into what do you say? Like the boss zone.
Yeah. Basically around Octo's like frozen Octo leg and body, there is a sort of invisible texture wall which prevents you from going into the boss arena, and we circumvent that by clipping into the corner of this wall by doing a frame perfect input of 2 inputs separated by 22 frames.
And this is what we were talking about earlier, the run killer. This trick is really brutal. Not only do you have to have a super specific position, you also need to time the roll frame perfect in a 60 FPS game.
Indeed. Which,
So,
even with the metronome, is not trivial.
Yeah. It is stupid difficult, this round.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. So Nitro's being on his, 6th try of Octoclip. Every time you need to set the pot up again to regain the pixel perfect position, and even sub-pixel perfect position. And so you have to lose 10 or so seconds to do the setup over again every time. Okay,
And Fire actually
attempt. Alright.
actually catching up to Nitro.
Yeah. Yeah, Octoclip is indeed a great equalizer. As we can see, if Fir3turtle gets it first try, then even with all of Nitro's like all the advance Nitro's had has been nullified by Octoclip, basically.
But he did end up getting into the fight. It is safe to say that RNG manipulation will no longer work for him.
Yeah, but because one thing...
Yeah, go ahead.
Because one thing we didn't mention is you have the pressure of succeeding at the Octoclip one or like on the first, second or third try, because after that you are doing an RNG manip because of Octo misbehaving so much. We need desperately an RNG manip for Octo. But as you said, Nitro's going into Octo on his 10th try or something. He is no longer aware of the RNG.
But yeah, there might still be a chance of he does get an ink phase, which does lose half a minute. But yeah, it's really rough when you can't manipulate this boss. You'll just have to pray in the corner and hope for that he shoots rocks at you.
Yeah, Fir3turtle entering the boss room and doing the first phase of Octo currently. I think maybe with RNG backed up. Yeah.
Don't think so.
Oh, you don't think so?
I think the RNG manipulation only works up till the 3rd attempt or something, and then after that it's very, very like finicky.
Yeah, indeed. I've heard of runners actually getting Octo Manip after like 4th or 5th try sometimes, but it's like really hard to tell whether it's going to work or not.
Yeah. And Nitro's getting the water element, and maybe there's a chance for Fire to catch up here if Octo decides to be nice and give him a 0 ink, but he does end up getting a ink.
Damn. What can you say about inks and Octo patterns?
So yeah, as I mentioned, an ink phase loses about 30 seconds. Worst you can get is 2 ink, which is a minute, and the best is like obviously no inks. So then he just shoots the rocks immediately when you're standing in the corner, and Fire actually got a 1 ink there. So
nice.
Still a little bit behind, but it's late game is coming up. Like anything can happen.
Yeah, there's been some catching up.
And now we're going to the castle for the first time to get our sword upgrade.
Okay.
We're gonna do it before we enter Palace of Winds. Palace of Winds is definitely one of the most popular dungeons.
Yeah, one of the nicer
runners.
dungeons also. Because of the flowing movement and everything.
Very trick heavy, intense, lots of glitches, always a blast to watch.
Yeah. Okay, Nitro's save and quitting there, because since we are fusing our sword in order to be able to clone ourselves, this late into the run, we need to sort of reset the game before being able to say to the game, here's the 3rd element. So fusing the sword again to get the blue sword, to be able to get 3 clones. Or rather, yourself and 2 additional clones. And also, we could just skip that, right? Why don't we just go directly to Palace of Winds?
Because there is a rock in the way. That we cannot push, because you need 3 clones.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But who knows what the future holds.
If you are ever interested in glitch hunting, you can join this community and discover 3 clones someday. If you're watching this.
I came and put up a $3 bounty.
$3 bounty.
That's all I have. Alright, Nitro's getting the first Palace of Wind OG first run.
Nice. Ooh, stair walking.
But I know he mentioned that he likes doing the Palace of Wind OGs, specifically with the classic way.
Because of you directly being in front of the door. I get that. Okay, he is not going to get the ferry.
If he does end up going for a fairy, I think he will be going for the one after the ball and chain fight.
Yeah.
The one before the dungeon is pretty slow to go for.
Indeed. Takes a long time to get. Whereas the other, you just have to get the boomerang.
Very good enemy RNG though for Nitros.
Yeah.
Like, not any difficulties with the Piat, which can be a big hassle. And Fire getting the OG quickly.
Behaving there. Will Fire Star walk? No, because he is doing modern.
That was very clean.
Yeah.
And Nitros getting the boost, the flame boost. Very, very speedy way to get to the next screen.
Yeah, this is one of the fastest way to move in this game. Catching fire, basically.
Let's see the Whistle fight here.
Oh, I love this fight.
He did take a little bit of damage, but it looks...
Yeah,
it's okay.
Perfect.
So I wasn't sure if that knockback would throw him off, but it did work out great.
Okay, Dream Jump coming up. Nice. Fire not catching fire there. No pun intended.
Here we'll see the first stair kick of the game.
Yeah.
Sub-pixel dependent trick. We basically fall off so that when we respawn we have the perfect sub-pixel. We can just move horizontally and then line up by the stairs, use the boots, and then we can clip out of bounds, basically. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to add to that, but...
very nicely explained. There's also another way to do the menu for this section by equipping Boomerang early and positioning yourself with. But Nitro's there, position bow and arrow in order to line up the arrowhead. Ooh, Nitro's doing some really bizarre movements I haven't seen on the fans.
Fire getting the stair clip with the shield and the boomerang that you just mentioned.
He is listening to me.
Oh no!
What? Oh no! What happened?
Okay.
Ooh, Jesus!
I didn't. Okay, that's very good to know because I didn't know you could just jump out of that. I thought it was like a soft lock spot, which some of the out of bounds screen transitions can be. Some of them you can jump out of, but I haven't personally seen that before, so I thought he would
me neither.
would need a to reset the dungeon. So yeah, that got my heartbeat up a little bit.
Yeah, being soft locked at Palace of Winds is really bad at this point in the run.
Okay, Nitros.
Bring Bust or Clip once again.
Yep, just as in template droplets.
And walking on the air. Yeah.
The dungeon.
I think that's like the other half even.
I'm not sure if he grabbed the backup fairy. I know he used one of the fairies in the room just to gain health back, but I'm not sure if he stored one in a bottle. Yes, we'll see next time he opens this menu.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to heal up for
Yeah.
Because it can really be like messy and chaotic.
Fire going for the heal as well, with no backup fairy.
Yeah.
These guys are also really good at the game, so it's not often you see them go for backup fairies, because they're very, very confident in like pretty much all parts of the run.
Yeah. Ooh, Blue Georg misbehaving for Nitros there. This boss is called the Georg couple. And you've got the Red Georg, the main one.
Oh, he gets a cloneless pattern.
Nice. Yeah, the fight expects you to match the patterns, but during the run we not do, and rather do a pattern that works with everything. But often we can actually guys without making clones, like Fir3turtle said. Fire thinking this is cloneless, but laterally I think it's difficult to say. Charging up the sword to react to the eye opening. Cloning. This is cloneless, but he already cloned.
And the Nitros is out of there.
Yeah, really speedy.
But once again, Fire can absolutely make a comeback, because DHC, the last part of the run, is pretty tough. A lot of weird things can happen. A lot of time losses.
Yeah, there's the my top suspects are the first stair clip, where the moblin can behave a lot, and then the last section with the ball and chain soldier, and every fight coming up, every OG can lose quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
There's like, what, 3 OGs in C?
In DHC, it's 3, yes. Yeah. I had to think for a second.
Fire is out of there.
And also, speaking of the DHC OGs, I personally feel, I don't know about you, but
Yeah.
for the very last OG of the game, I feel like it's the hardest in the game.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't know what it is about that door's collision or whatever, but it's just it's so bad. Like I opt to do a classic there.
I think personally it has to do with the pressure of Wizrobe appearing. It's like really stressful to be aware of maybe some RNG manipulation going on, and doing like officially your last OG of the run. It's a lot that can build up on your mental.
Also feel that in like practice when there's no.
Oh, do you?
When you've killed the Wizropes and you have all the time in the world and just practice it, just feels more inconsistent than the others for some reason. I don't know.
Honestly, but like it's more of a visual thing, and it's not maybe the thing you're talking about. It's the leg door for me, because you seem to enter it so fast. Like it's larger than it appears to be. Oh no. The reset.
Don't say it. Oh.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
Oh man.
Obligatory reset joke there.
But yeah, they're pretty close. Like one big mistake apart.
Yeah,
Sorta.
yeah. Definitely. Okay, cutscene is ending for Nitros. So both runners are like bots, I think, and are about to execute a cutscene walking to enter Dark Hyrule. Because getting the Force Sword allows you to transform people that have been turned to stone into nuns, basically. And so every time you free one of these characters, they talk to you. And so we found a way to be able to superpose two triggers of NPCs talking to you at the same time. The first one being Eslo talking to you, and the minister talking. Oh, and
Very
Nitro's
nice
getting
setup.
a very speedy stack clip.
Also, the setup for boots through the wall.
Yeah, and getting the wall slide also.
That was a pretty much a perfect section there. Well, maybe the Moblin could have acted a bit better in the start, but
Yeah.
let's see if he gets kind of less.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, I think it was a little bit too far up. I didn't see exactly, but
Maybe misplaced. I don't know.
like usually it's when you're like too far to the right or too far up. Couldn't really tell which one it was.
But he seemed to be very low for properly. No, I mean rather he seemed to be in the position like low enough, rather.
And Fire getting the stair clip second try, very nice.
Okay.
And also
very
does the
speedy too. Oh, bonking
sword
there.
setup. Bonking there is it's just up to RNG whether you bonk or not. But I feel like the odds of you bonking are very low for some reason.
There's actually a setup you can do to not bonk ever.
But is it 100%?
Yeah, it's 100%.
Okay, then I probably
I've heard.
do it unintentionally.
Lol.
Because I just buffer left going into that transition, but...
Okay, Fir3turtle just did a demo of bomb strat, I think.
Nice.
Nitro's getting bombs because you being low on bombs and having at some point can affect the RNG during the manipulations.
Going for the classic there. Alright, both getting the OGs.
Okay, so Nitro's most likely is going to be doing probably myth manipulation for ball and chain. I suppose.
It looks like they're synced up, but they're actually parting ways here, and Nitros is quite a bit ahead. But I'm not sure if Nitros goes for the manip or not.
Yeah, let's see. Mummy pattern looks unfamiliar to me right now.
I don't know anything about this manip, so
Yeah, so the thing I know is basically the start is like there's
Nice.
some minimal movement. Oh, last OG in the run, first tried. And yeah, you look at the mummy to help decide whether on what RNG you currently are. Okay. Slashing the ball and Fir3turtle coming up,
Kill.
getting a east-south pattern according to my notes.
It does have 5 bombs to spare. Wonder if he will go for the swag ending.
Oh, yeah. I hope
Hopefully.
he does. Because either way, you're supposed to 1 bomb if you did the dark and demon.
Actually don't know what pace this is for Nitros. Since I can't see the splits, or like his split comparison. But,
Yeah.
I would assume it's a bit behind his PB, but it's still like a really good like race time.
Yeah. Not going to be a race time PV though, because Nitros almost beat his record against me.
Oh yeah, he did. He was very close to PBing.
Like a 28-40 or something.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Ooh. Doing the last demo of angle retention.
Very nice. There's
Because
actually two paths you can take there. You can either get that small key or another small key, and then you have to bypass 2 dark nuts, a couple of ghosts, and this one is supposedly a little bit faster.
And indeed, Fir3turtle is going for the rightmost way of getting this last key.
Yep.
By going against 2 ganking dark nuts and doing the rest of the puzzles.
And Nitros is doing the body manip right now, which is a very hard and long trick, because it extends through 3 fights, and also the path to the fights.
Because before fighting Vati, you have to basically do 3 where you fight increasingly difficult mini bosses, and then you're able to talk to Vati.
I think this, the Keaton room looked good.
Yeah, looks good.
Good RNG.
Nice. Okay, Dark Nuts fight coming up. Nice.
Very
Okay.
good start.
Getting the
He goes
shell.
for
Interesting. Rolling.
I'm not sure what adjustments you need to do when going the bottom.
I don't think
But
there's
I think he has it figured out. So.
Yeah, indeed he does. Okay, so Nitros going into Vati 1 with the right RNG.
Hopefully.
So he's probably going left. Yeah. Slashing 6 times, slashing thrice. And it seems like Fire also is doing the same manip and is going into the Dark Nut room. Currently Nitros is still going in the Vati manipulation.
Also gets the shell at the bottom. But this body manipulation looks good so far. He does get the teleport though, so he has to go for a backup. He has to advance RNG 9 times.
Ooh, slashing 9 times.
Yep.
to get into the right following fight RNG.
You can also do 2 boot dusts and a slash or a roll to get the same amount, but yeah, it's just preference. And so yeah, this has been a really good display of the body manip.
Yeah, for sure.
Nailed it this far.
Really skilled players so far, because even Fire is still going on Vati1 manip. And yeah, Vati2 so far on the right RNG, and is most likely about to finish with this good RNG pattern. But I think he lost it. Maybe? No. Okay. Excellent Vati2 fight there.
Really good for Nitros. But I didn't see the ending of Fire's. I wasn't sure where in the manip he lost it, but he does end up making it to V2, which can still be very fast if you get the right RNG.
Yeah, and without losing too much time on Vati. Because Vati1 can teleport a lot during the fight. Okay, so Nitros almost good to go for Vati 3, which is going to be the last fight of this run.
It's really good on health. Everything should be secured, unless something miraculously happens
Yeah.
for body's favor.
Although you can be sometimes very regarding and me inside the arm. Okay.
It does get a fast arm,
Yeah.
but unfortunately it was the wrong arm, so
Oof.
it's blocking the path in, does take a lot of damage, does not have a backup fairy.
Ooh, struggling to stun the weird eye there.
It's really hard to single the eye out.
Yeah.
And try your best to avoid taking damage from all the others when you're low on health.
And he tends to move very erratically, so it can be really stressful at this point in the run to have to chase this little eye.
Yeah, and this is a really scary position for Nitros. But he does end up getting the one stunned quickly.
Ooh.
Without taking damage even. Nice. Because you can easily spiral within the arms, so you can take a lot of damage.
Getting electricity there. How unfortunate. Okay, positioning himself. And now this is most likely...
Oh, Fire really low on health.
Yeah, I didn't see. It's probably a bad arm. And second arm is going swimmingly.
That
so
is the
far.
first arm.
Oh, that was the first. So Vati2 was...
Oh, he does get a heart drop, so that's nice.
Yeah, nice.
Alright, and Nitro's about to finish.
Oh, okay. Was that the last cycle?
I think it was the last, but he has built up a lead, so there we go, a 132.
Nice! GG to Nitros
GG.
for a sub 33 race time.
Very, very nice. And Fire also.
Should be quick to finish.
It was relatively close.
Yeah, I'm really impressed that they are so evenly matched during this run.
Let's see if we can get maybe Nitros and Fire wanna join in on a post-race interview. See if they have any comments.
Oh, time for Fire.
Time.
Excellent. So
Very
about
nice.
a minute after Nitros getting the end of the run.
Hello.
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 How are you
GG
feeling?
to both of you.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
GG.
you. Thank you.
Really
How I'm
nicely done.
feeling? Kind of disappointed
Oh,
at the Fiat clip stuff.
Yeah, I
Fiat
saw
won
that.
it.
I'm not too familiar with the double into P-hat, so I couldn't see like the specific
Yeah, I think
the
it
specifics.
was too early for the second one. Then it gets kind of messed up.
Yeah.
You can still get it with like a variation, but I couldn't do it really.
Yeah,
well. Then I
you
sucked up Fiat and stuff.
almost managed to suck up the Fiat, but it was stuck like behind a corner or something.
Yeah.
And hello, Nitros. GG.
I know it was
GG.
Thank you.
So, do you have any special notations of that run?
I mean, I don't know if I would call it special, but Octoclip is very fun as usual,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
What happened?
It is.
and so is Big Octo as well. Without a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, for you it was Octoclip, and for Fire it was
Like,
double
also-
into P-hat.
It was both, man. For me.
I
Yeah, they had
mean,
time with
you
Octoclip as
still
well.
kinda catched up to Nitro's ring, honestly.
Yeah.
Also, I wanna comment on your Krenel clip, Fire. I've never seen that.
Oh
specific
yeah,
one.
Oh,
it
yeah,
was very clutch.
Sometimes that happens, and I just go with it, and it usually works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was
It was not intentional, no.
I was expecting the reposition and back and forth, but the
Mm.
more you learn. And that was a pretty scary ending, I would say, because I commented on you Nitros going into body 3 that the health was looking good, but yeah, you can easily get destroyed pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Body 3.
On the
Both are-
first arm, I used the cane on it in a unfortunate position, I guess you could say. So it was really difficult to get in
Yeah.
without taking damage. And
Yeah.
then
The-
inside arm was really slow too.
There's also the chance that the arm goes like farther into Vati.
Yeah, it was pretty unfortunate, and then I also missed the hit on the final phase somehow,
Yeah.
which doesn't usually happen, but thankfully it was fine.
I could have caught up in the end.
Honestly, I thought my practice went kind of terrible today. Like, I was practicing Octoclip and Ocarina glitches a lot. Both went really badly in practice, and they also went really badly in the run. But I think my early game being pretty clean definitely made up for that. Like, into Fortress of Winds, I didn't really make too many mistakes.
Yeah, for sure. Early fire elements for both of you were determinants to get these times.
I think, yeah, both of you got a sub 1720 Earth Element, which was...
Yeah, early game was pretty good.
Yeah. Also saw after Matter Pillar, you were 1 heart Nitros, but I thought you would heal before the Pesto section, but I guess it doesn't really matter if you take it safely, like with the first couple of like the 2 pestos in the beginning.
Yeah, I
Not
mean,
sure.
I usually always kill them if I see them come towards me or if they are a threat. So normally I don't really. The only one that's really threatening is like the last guy when you're gonna get the key in the chest. That guy can be a bit random, and also when you're going left at the end, the pesto there can sometimes hit you as well. But I thought that because I had at least one entire heart, that wasn't really that risky to skip the heart. If I was maybe at like, well, if I was at any less health, I'll say that I maybe would have refilled before.
But yeah, if we don't mention Octoclip, I think it was a pretty okay race, at least.
Yeah, especially the start, as you said before.
Yes, early game was nice, and yeah, just messed up a lot of ocarina glitches. There walked a whole bunch.
Oh yeah.
Thankfully, didn't walk into any of the houses, which was probably what saved me in the
Yeah.
end. Yeah, not my cleanest run ever, but
Also, both of you doing the Eslo buffer strat for both death abuses.
yes.
Is there any reason, like preference or?
It's more consistent for me. That's
Oh
it,
yeah.
really.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of, at least on Lon, I'm not really a huge fan of the setup there. I used to do the setup for Lake House, but then I figured that if I can just get good at Eslo buffering, then it will just be better long term. So that's just what I stick with. But of course, in a race, when you like want to take it a bit more safe, you could definitely argue that the other setup might be more worth it.
Yeah, indeed. So you said before you were practicing a lot for Octoclip. So do you feel more
Well, Octoclip, normally, since I switched to playing on the Switch, Octoclip has been remarkably good, to be honest, but just today, for some reason, I had a terrible consistency rate in practice. I, like, actually got it, like, 5% of the time, I feel like. It was pretty bad.
Oof.
And it kind of reflected, I guess, in this run as well, that I messed it up a whole bunch.
Yeah, it's one
so that
of
was
those
unfortunate.
days.
But last race, for example, I got it first try.
Nice.
So yeah, it kind of just goes to show how volatile that spot of the run is, really, especially if you proceed to get 2 ink as well, like I did.
Yeah. How do you feel about Octoclip and practicing this, Fire?
Well, when I practiced it, it was like second try, first try, second try. So
And then the race comes.
the race card and in the run, of course.
Damn.
The classic.
By the way, I'm curious, do both of you practice Octoclip with a metronome? Something?
Well, for me personally, I've swapped over to the strat where you do the slash turn and then immediately go for it, because
Oh yeah, to get the feeling.
yeah, so in
Great.
my race 2 weeks ago against Smith, I was doing the metronome method still, and I mean, in that race I wasted like 9 minutes on that trick, so that's when I decided, when I swapped the Switch version, I was gonna try the other method and see if it was any better.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's been really good for me on Switch until today, pretty much, where it was really bad.
It is a cheat console, everything works better.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's safe to say Fire would have won if he was on Switch.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
probably, yeah.
There's an
Agree.
argument.
All right. Do we have any closing comments?
Any shoutouts? Something?
Any
Shout out. I always shout out ATX Martin.
Yeah,
He's my
let's go.
guy.
shout outs, Martin?
Shout out, Martin.
Yeah. Thank you for having us. Thank you for commenting the race as well.
Yeah, thank you for displaying a very good technicality, both of you.
course. Anytime.
Thanks for a race. It was a pleasure watching.
Of course.
All right.
Be sure to give our runners, Nitros and Fir3turtle, a follow. And thank you definitely to our commentators, Cake and Inku, for commentating and providing so much information on running it. We'll try to get as many races as we can for y'all. Plus, we have other tournaments going on with our other Zelda games. Plus, we've also, for our French-speaking fans, we also have just added ZeldaSpeedRuns FR. So we'll have some French restreams over there as well. But other than that, thank you everybody for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.